Question number 61. This is a statement based question. We need to identify the statement is yes or no. Means the statement is true or false. First statement is the automated machine learning provide you the ability to include the custom Python script in training pipeline. AutoML it is related to the automatic machine learning language. So it is mean for the user with a little no code background, right? It is automatically select the algorithm and tune itself with the hyperparameters and handle the processing. So including the custom script require the custom pipeline and Azure ML designer means the statement is not true. Right. Statement 2. Automated machine learning implement the machine learning solution without the need of the programming experience. So for that, yes, this is main purpose of the AutoML. It let non-programmer build the model automatically and through the GUI without writing the code. So yes. So first statement was the false and second statement is true. Right. Now again we have a automated machine learning provide you the ability to visually connect and dataset and modules on the interactive canvas. So this is the something I can explain here. The feature belong for the Azure machine learning designer is drag and drop interface, not for the auto ML, right? So this is not visual. Hmm. So answer is no. So the final answer is statement one is no, second is yes, and third one is no. Question number 62. A medical research project uses a large anonymous data set of the brain scan images that are categorized into the predefined brain hemorrhage type. You need to use the machine learning to support early detection of the different brain hemorrhage type in the images before the image are reviewed by the person. This is an example of which type of the machine learning. A clustering, B regression, third yani C classification. See, basis of the images we need to define is it the type of brain hemorrhage or not so that we can early identify. So here there is the category. Basis of the category we can take the decision. So this is definitely goes in the classification, not for clustering because it's not related to the group. Another is the B regression, not regression, because it's not something which is the value greater than one or something recursive value like that. It's a something where we need to define is it a part of that or no, right? So simply we can go with the option C classification. Question number 63. A company employee a team of customer service agent to provide the telephone and email support to customers. The company developed a web chatbot to provide automated answer to the common customer query. Which business benefits should the company expect as a result of the creating the web chatbot solution? A increase sale, no, sale is not depend upon the board, right? He implemented the board solution. So option B are reduce the workload of the customer service agent. Obviously, whenever you use the AI, a board solution, then lots of human tasks can be handled by the board. So this is definitely reduce the workload of the customer service agent. Whereas option C provide the productivity reliability. No, it's not depend on the productivity reliability. This is only which was the earlier doing by the men's, the workers. It can be replaced by the board. So this is Whereas earlier, if the company were using 100 workers for the chat or customer support, now they can replace 50 worker with the chatbot, and definitely that will reduce the workload. So answer goes with D. Question number 64. When a training model, when when training a model, why should you randomly split the row into the separated subset? This question was earlier we have discussed, in which we had to define how we can split the data. So yes, here this is the next step. It is asking about whenever we are just going to split the data, then why we will split the data in row and separate subset. What is the reason here? And also that record should be at random. So for that, option is here a to train a model twice to train better accuracy. Option B, to train multiple models simultaneously to attain better performance. To test the model by using the data that was not used to train the model. Yes, option C is this. This is the something which we are using to get the means the record which we are already used to training the model, that we will not use to test the model. So this is the way by which we can get what is the efficiency of the model. So I will go with option C. Question number 65. You are evaluating whether to use a basic workspace or an enterprise workspace in Azure Machine Learning. What are two tasks that require an enterprise workspace? Each correct answer present a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is the worth of a 1 point. So, what is the main question? Question was, you are evaluating whether the basic workspace and enterprise workspace in Azure Machine Learning, what are the two tasks to require to enterprise? Right. We are talking about the what is the main task of the workspace, which is the Azure Machine Learning. Right. So option one, use the GUI to run automated machine learning experiment. Option B, create compute instance to use a workstation. Option C, use the graphical GUI to define and run the machine learning experiment from Azure Machine Learning Designer. And option D, create a dataset from the comma separated value CSV file. So I will go with the option C and option A. Yes, this is the correct answer. In the machine learning, where we are using Azure, AI, means machine learning Azure, there where we will have a GUI that is used to run the automated machine learning experiment. Right. Also, basis of the GUI, we can define the machine learning experiment from the Azure machine learning. Question number 66. You need to predict an income range of the given customer by the using following data set. Right. Which two fields should you use as a feature? Each correct answer present a complete solution. So see, here I have a first name, second name, age, educational level and income range. So definitely first name and last name is not the base to earn the money. The base of earn money is either will be their experience which come from the age, and second one is the education level, because education level also give the hike to the person in their salary. So definitely a age and education level means option A and option C will be the correct answer. Question number 67. You are building a tool that will process image from a retail store and identify the product from the competitor. The solution will use a custom model. Which Azure Cognitive Service should you use? So what is the question asked? Question is asking for you are building a tool, AI tool, that will process the image to identify the product of the competitors. Means definitely we are using something by which image, basis of the image, we can identify the product. So it's a part of the custom vision, face recognition, computer vision. So this is the part of definitely vision part. Means either it can be a custom vision or it's a computer vision. Otherwise, we have option B, that is the form recognizes to identify the, splitted like form ID, form number, invoice number, total value, subtotal value. This is the related to the form. The face is the human face. Identify is it a same person to whom we are trying to get. So option B and C is not something. That is the custom vision and computer vision. Here we have a confusion, so, to identify the product of the competitor, this is something related to the custom vision, because there will be some product which we can first define, then basis of that there will be some parameter we can identify. So I will go with the option A, custom vision. Question number 68. This is the statement based question. Here, option one, statement one is the organizing a document into the group based on the similarity on the text containing the document is the example of the clustering. Yes, group based decision is taken by the clustering, right? So, statement one is the true. Statement two, grouping similar patient based on the symptoms and diagnostic test result is the result of clustering. Yes, this is also true. Basis of their symptoms and diagnostic test, we can use the clustering. Right. Statement 3. Predicting whether the person will develop mild, moderate, or severe allergy symptoms based on the pollen count is the example of the clustering. No. Statement 3 or statement last is not. So, statement 1 and 2 is true, and third statement is no. Question number 69. A validation set include set of input example that will use to train the model. No. Whenever we are using the validation set, it include the set of validation during the testing of the model. So this is not the example of the training. Right. So statement one is no. Statement 2 is a validation can be used to determine how well the model is predict the level. Yes, validation is something by which we can validate the model, how model is trained, and how the model will reply or response. Lots of validation, if we will apply, then it will give the up accurate value. As much as we can apply the validation of the model, this will give as much as good value. Whereas less validation will give the not good value. I can say that is not need to validate the model, need to test the model. So validation is the useful to get the a proper response. So statement two is true. Statement three, a validation set can be used to verify all the training data was used to train the model. No, validation is something different, where the training data is something by which we can train the model. Training the data is by which we are trying to make understand the model that these are the things by which you are getting a proper value, and basis of that you will need to identify uh, in next time whatever you will get the input, you need to give the response. So that is the training data, where the validation is something whenever we give the data, so before processing the data we need to identify that data is a proper or not. So this is the part of the validation. If data is not correct, then we need to Not we will not process that it. So that is the something is validation. So statement three is false. Question number 17. What are the two metrics that you can use to evaluate and regression model? Each correct answer present a complete solution. So we have option one, a coefficient of determination, R2, F1 score, B, a root mean square error, D, area under curve, balance accuracy. So as per my point of view, there will be the option A and C. Coefficient of determination, root mean square error.